Now, just days after Donald Trump's sweeping reciprocal tariffs kicked in, jolting global markets, the U.S. president reversed course. China, however, faces a steep escalation. Tariffs on Chinese imports now stand at 145% after Beijing responded with retaliatory tariffs. Trump defended the reversal, calling the initial spike a negotiation tactic and the pause a strategic reset. He also warned of a transition cost.
We think we're in very good shape. We think we're doing very well. Again, there'll be a transition cost and transition problems, but in the end, it's going to be a beautiful thing.
The reversal drew mixed reactions across the globe. China raised tariffs on U.S. goods to 84%, blacklisted 18 American firms, and filed a complaint with the WTO. The European Union, hit earlier with multiple tariffs, responded with $23 billion in retaliatory duties. EU leaders like Ursula von der Leyen caused the pause a welcome first step, but reiterated calls for zero tariffs. This tariff model allows both sides to eliminate tariffs without the need for broader negotiations, and this contrasts with the traditional free trade agreement, which involves long detailed negotiations covering tariffs, services, investment rules, and intellectual property. Zero is faster and more targeted, but less comprehensive. In contrast, FTAs are deeper but harder to conclude. Countries like India and Vietnam are eyeing trade deals with the U.S. for a more long-term solution. Taiwan pledged to drop tariffs to zero and increase U.S. imports while highlighting over $165 billion in chip investments in the U.S. ASEAN members, including Malaysia and Thailand, declined retaliation and instead backed a collective pause, calling it an opening for pragmatic regional solutions. Japan and South Korea, both major U.S. allies, continue to press Washington to lift 25% tariffs on autos and metals. Still, in place despite the broader pause. Ireland, Italy and Poland, all EU members, echoed support for a unified front and deeper transatlantic ties, warning that prolonged tariff tensions could erode competitiveness. As the world watches Trump's next move, one question dominates. Will the US pivot towards stable trade partnerships or double down on high-risk tariff diplomacy? We'll have to wait and watch. For latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.